last episode, guys. I have to reset my Wi-Fi. And, no. It's not all bad. You guys can just completely skip over that video and just come to this one if you want.
Estimate the local fish population for lunch. Native reef fish take an average of 3 to 4 years to reach reproductive maturity, while lionfish take about 6 months. One female spawns about 2 million eggs per year, and the fish are known to eat up to 30 times their own stomach volume. Lionfish are reproducing at an alarming rate, and they are eating the other fish before they are even able to reproduce. I don't think I really need to say how bad that is, actually. Number 3. Chameleons. Although they won't be winning any beauty contests anytime soon, some people consider chameleons as awesome pets, and with good reason. This animal's camouflage ability is legendary, and people seem to think that it's pretty cool to have a pet that has the John Cena power. See? The thing is, chameleons weren't supposed to be in our neck of the woods at all. They're native to the old world, specifically Africa, Madagascar, southern Europe, and southern Asia. And like with all non-endemic species released into the wild, in this case, Florida again, their impact is hugely destructive. There are currently 2 species of chameleon that are claiming Florida to be their home, the owlet and veiled chameleons. Owlet and veiled chameleons are predators that eat insects, small frogs, and lizards, and occasionally small mammals and birds. A study of owlet chameleons in a Florida agricultural grove found that they ate mostly agricultural pests and non-native reptiles and amphibians. However, as chameleons become established in natural areas, they may eat more native species. Veiled chameleons in Hawaii have been found to threaten native birds, insects, and plants. To make matters even worse, both veiled and owlet chameleons have very high reproductive rates and can tolerate a range of environmental conditions. Now it's time for the day's best fish. Today's photo shows quite possibly the largest goldfish you've ever seen. Is photo a hoax? Find out. Number 2. Goldfish. Have you ever heard of the urban legend about giant mutant goldfish swimming around sewer systems? Legend has it that they were formerly pets who were accidentally, but more likely, intentionally flushed down toilets. However unlikely the story might sound, there is actually a lot of truth into it. Not the sewer part, but apparently the study goldfish can grow to gigantic proportions. The photo you're seeing here is surprisingly legitimate, and is of a gigantic goldfish caught in Lake Tahoe. These fish were formerly aquarium fish that were accidentally or intentionally released into the alpine waters of Lake Tahoe. These fish seem to have found the conditions very favorable for them, have grown to great sizes, and, as was recently discovered, have started to breed. Invasive species can harm native fish by destroying their habitat, preying on them directly, or interfering with their food source. In the case of the giant goldfish, researchers believe they may actually be harming Lake Erie by fueling algae growth with their waste. Forest Service biologists have surveyed streams in the Lake Tahoe Basin since 2007, looking at numbers of native fish versus invasive species. They found that non-native species such as a brook trout, rainbow trout, bluegill, and brown bullhead only accounted to half of the fish surveyed. I think the best for last, but first, I have a quick challenge that
We don't
Number
care.
1. Rabbits. Rabbits don't only make excellent pets, they have other uses as well. Rabbit meat is a staple food in some countries, and hunting rabbits in these areas are actually a year-round thing. The big problem is when you introduce a rabbit into an area where it has no natural predators, couple that with an amazing rate of reproduction, let's just say the outcome is going to be worse than the horrendous. In 1859, 24 rabbits were released to nature for the sake of hunting in Australia. Of the 24 rabbits that were hunted, some of them survived to reproduce. By 1920, there were an estimated 10 billion rabbits in the country. Do you have a pet that you want to release back in the wild? Let us know in the comment section below. Want to watch more videos about amazing animals? Click on any of the videos you see on your screen. With all that said and done, I want to take a second to thank you for 4 million subscribers. Thank you for joining me around the campfire this evening. On summer nights like these, I like to sit and watch the stars come out. Sometimes it feels like the desert is made more from open air than any other. Is in business. While most people nowadays use planes, buses, their own cars to travel, bicycles, and, well, their own feet. Trades are still quite popular, and sometimes they even go through places. Who wouldn't love to own a pet? Well, those people who wouldn't want one, but then again, those guys are missing half of their life.
Shout out for my boys at Top 5 Gaming. Sorry, Top 5 Best. I haven't seen my...
Number 10. Turtles. At first you might think that I'm just out of my mind here. I can practically hear you now and probably see you also later in the comments section. How can a turtle be so dangerous, you might ask? Well, be patient for a bit and soon everything will be clear. Turtles can be some of the easiest pets to take care of. All you need is a fish bowl, a little bit of water, some turtle pellets, and you are good to go. The simplicity of turtles as pets probably is the reason why so many become the first pets of millions of toddlers all around the world. Which really makes sense to come to think of it. I mean, you wouldn't want to entrust a puppy's life, right? But I digress. Turtles are actually very dangerous, especially baby turtles. They are known carriers of salmonella, you know, that microscopic bacteria found in raw chicken, and the reason why your home economics teacher told you time and time again to make sure that the chicken you're frying is cooked through. So, before buying a turtle for your kid, think about what I just said first. Maybe go with a hamster. Number 9. Constrictors. Just because a snake is non-venomous doesn't mean you can take it home with you and cuddle with it in bed like you do with a dog and cat. Constrictors are very dangerous, even if they can't kill you with one bite. But it seems that people just don't know how dangerous these creatures really are. Well, here I am to
Oh, somebody's watching.
Lesson, so listen up. If you are the disposition, baby constrictors can be quite cute.
And now they're not watching.
Boas and reticulated pythons, and also the red-tailed boa, which is getting quite popular as a pet just recently. The problem is, baby snakes grow up really fast. And when these snakes reach maturity, even seasoned snake handlers find them quite hard to handle. They are also quite adept at escaping, so no matter how escape-proof your cage is, better think again. Otherwise, your neighbor's pet rabbit just might be tonight's dinner. What makes them so dangerous, though, is the same reason why they're called constrictors. They more than make up for lack of venom with their sheer strength. These snakes can easily strangle and crush the life out of any animal big enough to fit down their gullet. Now, just imagine that power slowly closing around your neck. Number 8. Scorpions. I think this one is more or less self-explanatory. If you know me, I'm not a very big fan of creepy crawlies, so whether or not this next animal on our list is dangerous, you'll never ever catch me taking it home as a pet, and much less touch one of them.
Stupid fucking ads. Just because they're bots doesn't mean they're bad. So when I was told this game tries to make bots like humans, play like you.
One of these things. Scorpions are very popular among exotic pet keepers. For one, they're very low maintenance. Give it a cricket or two and you're done for the week. They don't drink too much, especially the ones that are endemic to desert areas. There are many varieties of scorpions, both venomous and non-venomous. But whichever variety you choose to take home as a pet, they are extremely dangerous. The poisonous varieties obviously carry lethal doses of poison in their tails. If you get stung by one of these, needless to say, it's going to give you more than a bad day. The non-venomous varieties may not kill you, but the pain that both sting and pinchers can give you will be more than enough to teach you not to touch them again. So, be like me and stay as far away from them as possible. Number 7. Camels. Camels do not make good pets, no matter what some people might say. They're born and bred for the desert, not people's homes, and most definitely not to be kept as pets. Apart from their natural sting, they apparently are very randy buggers. A woman in Australia has been killed by her pet camel after the animal may have tried to have, sex with her. Yeah, that's a thing, apparently. First dolphins, now camels. The woman was found dead at the family sheep and cattle ranch near the town of Mitchell in Queensland. The woman had been given the camel as a 60th birthday present earlier this year because of her love of exotic pets. The camel was just 10 months old, but already weighed 152 kilograms, or 336 pounds, and had come close to suffocating the family's pet goat on a number of occasions. On Saturday, the woman apparently became the object of the male camel's desire. It knocked her to the ground, laid on top of her, and displayed what the police delicately described as, possible mating behavior. Camels are also known to be pretty temperamental guys. According to a report on Fox News, when a
I'm done. I'm back. Let me just, put my headset on. Let me just, put my freaking headset on. And there we go. Now we're gonna chop a little bitch into pieces. This is by far the best samurai. He can hit multiple targets at once, and he does damage, and he's good at blocking, and I just was able to heal up from that. I assisted with that kill. I don't even care that I didn't get the kill. Hey, bro, I don't care that I didn't get the kill. I got XP, so I don't care. Also, sorry for just randomly leaving. Sorry, I was watching a video while also playing the game, because why not? And, a camel tried to have sex with a 63-year-old woman. 62, maybe. It was 60-something. 60, I'm pretty sure. Wait, and the camel crushed her.
Local TV news crew was out filming exotic animal farm. Today, the woman apparently became the object of the male camel's desire. It knocked her to the ground, laid on top of her, and displayed what the police delicately described as, possible mating behavior. Camels are also known to be pretty temperamental guys. According to a report on Fox News, when a local TV news crew was out filming exotic animal farms, an 1,800-pound camel named Polo must have decided they were not shooting on his best side. When Polo became agitated, he attacked his owner, kicking her and sitting on her. Oh, and if you didn't know, camels like to spit too. And it's pretty gross. Number 6. Ostriches. Just a couple of decades ago, you wouldn't even try and consider getting an ostrich as a pet. Nowadays, getting an ostrich is easier than you would think. Not the wild varieties, though. The red-necked and blue-necked ostriches are exclusive to the wild. Their domestic cousin, though, the black-neck, is a different story altogether. Black-necked ostriches are bred and raised in captivity. Every single part of this ostrich has commercial value. Its skin, meat, eggs, bones, and feathers are considered premium quality goods, and ostrich farms have sprung up all over, like chicken coops, only really big. Adopting a chick from one of these farms is actually quite easy, and honestly, just one look at a cute ostrich chick may just be enough to convince you to adopt one. But whatever you do, just please don't. Ostriches aren't the overgrown chickens you might think them to be. I mean, honestly, it would be better to compare them to a velociraptor. Quite fast, fast enough to run you down, very aggressive, and worst of all, the talons. Those talons are the worst of your worries. Large and sharp, the ostriches use them as weapons, and coupled with their world-renowned powerful kicks, it's bad news when one of these creatures set...
Get away from my ram! That ram is my love, my heart, my soul. Fucking. Yes, I leveled up. Boom, 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 boom. 2 more hits should do it. Fuck.
Suddenly decides to attack you. Number 5. Chimps and monkeys. We humans feel more affinity to chimps and monkeys compared to any other animal. More so than even cats and dogs, and that's probably because at the genetic level, the differences between these animals and humans are quite minute. It's actually quite a surprise that chimps and monkeys never gained the man's best friend status that dogs have. Well, like all things in this world, there is actually a reason for that. Yes, they're very adorable, and their resemblance to humans is quite amazing. But they are also known to bite and attack humans and animals alike for no apparent reason. I once saw the damage that a monkey caused when it attacked a dog in India, and let's just say those puncture wounds weren't pretty. The dog also lost an ear and an eye in the process, because sometimes cute is pretty deceptive. There's also the case of a woman who kept one as a pet, and her lover's face was then ripped off. So yeah, no chimps. Number 4. Venomous snakes. Humans can be bullheaded sometimes. Have you ever heard of biting the hand that feeds you? Well, feeding these animals will not only get you bitten, but there's also a high probability that it'll get you hospitalized or much worse, killed. Yet thousands of people all over the world keep venomous snakes as pets. It can be done, if certain precautions and rules are strictly followed, but then again, even expert snake handlers do get bitten. And that's actually more often than you would expect. In Cincinnati, a man was bitten by his rhinoceros viper snake, which is one of the world's deadliest snakes. He did receive anti-venom and survived, but who really wants to take that risk? Just to stay safe, I suggest you follow the guidelines that I personally go by. Alright? They are snakes. They are poisonous. They bite. None of this is a good combination. Stay away from snakes. So try the top 5 best. Number 3. Big cats. Do Siegfried and Roy ring any bells? Well, it should, and it should be louder than the loudest alarm bell. Big cats, especially lions and tigers, are sought after pets by exotic pet lovers, the rich and the eccentric. Even Mike Tyson had a pet tiger once, and good thing he's moved on to raising pigeons, which is a much safer hobby. But I digress. Gone are the days when these majestic beasts are only in the possession of circuses and zoos. Nowadays, if you have a lot of money and the right connections, it's entirely possible that you can be the proud owner of a lion or tiger cub, and that is if you have the guts for it. And they stay in you. Yes, I know that you've seen videos online of lions and tigers that have been released into the wild, acting like cubs again when they see that person that raised them, but those are just isolated cases. More likely having one of these creatures as a pet would end up with you getting mauled by it to near death. Or straight up killed. Just ask Siegfried. Or was it Roy? Honestly, I keep getting those two mixed up. They aren't that relevant nowadays. Now it's time for today's best pick. Today we're going to be looking at the least like animal to pop up in your head when you hear the word pet. Number 2, the grizzly bear. So grizzly bears, would you like to have one as a pet? The answer, no. Unless your name is also Grizzly, and your last name happened to be Adams. The grizzly bear is one of the largest animals in the world. It's also one of the strongest. Worst yet, they are also one of the most unpredictable. And on top of all that, they're also very intelligent as well, and can be trained to be docile and perform
The commander's dead! The commander is dead! The commander is dead! The commander is dead!
Different parts of the body. Watching as
I don't care.
tricks. That's why bears are a staple of animal shows and circuses. However, there are also a lot of documented instances wherein even highly trained bears remember that they are still wild animals and attack humans indiscriminately. So, given the grizzly's nature, is the photo that you're seeing right now real? Yes, it is. This whimsical photograph is actually the work of Russian photographer Olga Barantseva. She did in fact use real animals in all of her photographs. Mind you, all of them were highly trained, so the chances of them going berserk was minimized.
I saved the best for last, but first, I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. If you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it. It really works.
Number 1. The kinkajou. Okay, so I had no idea what a kinkajou even was, but when I looked it up, I couldn't resist its adorable little furry bodies.
A kinkajou? It's a kinky Jewish man.
Those big boogie eyes. A kinkajou, also known as a sugar bear, looks like a cross between a squirrel, a hamster, and a chinchilla. They're actually pretty darn cute, but again, it's always the cute ones. Paris Hilton has a pet kinkajou named Baby Love. In 2005, she took it shopping with her and was attacked by the thing and it clawed up her face. The brilliance of this is that again in 2006, Baby Love sent Hilton to the emergency room after she was bitten by that cute Baby Love on the arm. And that's why this guy is number 1 on my list of dangerous pets. Because she's a cute rainforest animal that attacked Paris Hilton numerous times. If you manage to do that and get away with it, then you deserve to be on top of this list. Which dangerous animal would you like to take home with you and cuddle up in bed with? Let us know in the comments section below. Want to watch more videos on animals big and small? Click on any of the videos you see on your screen. As always, everybody, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Later, everybody.
I actually kind of like that helmet. So yeah, we're gonna bring it back to the way it's used to be.
Wild animals are amazing to admire, but most of them keep us humans at a distance for obvious reasons. I mean, who wants to get bitten by a poisonous snake, or attacked by an even fiercer lion? Sometimes, however, wild animals behave in ways that we cannot understand, and have given us pleasant surprises as they've come to the rescue of fellow humans. On that note, today we're going to be looking at 10 incredible moments when wild animals save people. And yes, you might remember a previous video in which I went through some events in which animals saved humans, but today we're going to focus solely on wild animals and admire these caring actions that go against their common nature. And yes, you will find some cases that were mentioned before, but you'll also find new touching stories that will once again melt your heart and teach you impressive lessons about care and kindness. Stay tuned all the way to number 1. You'll be quite impressed to see what this animal did for a child. Let's begin, shall we? Number 10. Deer saves woman. Who doesn't love seeing a deer in the wild? These kind animals are fun to watch and interact with, although a lot of the times they will run away from us humans, fearing we might hurt them. Back in 2012, a woman was attacked by a man in Oxford, Ohio, and he grabbed her by the straps of her purse, attempting to steal her belongings and likely ready to do worse. However, that would be if it wasn't for a deer that jumped from underneath some bushes and scared the stranger away. The woman left the scene with some bruises and red marks, but no major treatment was necessary. She even got to keep all of her belongings. All of this was possible thanks to the help of a brave deer. I don't want to imagine what would have happened if this noble animal hadn't been around. A police officer who attended this case said that he had not seen a case like this in his 17-year-long career. Number 9. Sea lion saves man. Sea lions are wild marine animals that pose no serious threats to humans, but they still attack from time to time. I guess this really didn't matter to Kevin Hines back over in 2000 when he was ready to lose his life after jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, California. Kevin was so ready to end his life due to bipolar disorder and a serious psychosis. As soon as Kevin did jump, though, he immediately regretted his decision. But then it was a bit too late to change his mind, or so he thought. Kevin survived the fall with some serious injuries. He then saw a strong and big marine animal coming right at him. Like most of us, he probably thought it was a shark that was ready to devour him because he started hitting the animal and doing whatever was possible to make it go away. To his surprise, though, the creature was not a shark, but a marine sea lion, and the friendly animal just wanted to help out. The sea lion was circling around the injured man and bumping him up so he could stay afloat. Someone spotted the scene and immediately called for help. Kevin lived to tell this story, but I'm sure the outcome would have been different if the sea lion had not been around. Number 8. Jambo the Gorilla. And now it's time for a story that you probably heard before, especially if you don't miss any of our videos. It's a heroic act worth remembering, especially in a time when people seem to have forgotten that wild animals can indeed be kind, even when they do look threatening. The protagonist of this story is Jambo the Gorilla. It all started when a 5-year-old boy fell inside his enclosure. The boy was unconscious, which would make anyone think he was an easy prey for the gorillas. Jambo was quick to come near the boy and started caressing him while keeping him at a safe distance from other gorillas who didn't seem that friendly. This all happened back in 1986, a time when only a few privileged ones were able to take some photographs and home videos to document the moment. Flash forward 20 years into the future, and you have the story of Harambe and his controversial death in 2016, a year in which pretty much everyone has a smartphone to document these events. But also a year in which a lot of people could be learning from stories like Jambo's to find better ways to address incidents like these. I said this before and I'll say it again, there's no need to shoot gorillas, and there's definitely no need for kids to be climbing down to their enclosures. Leave the friggin' gorillas alone. Number 7. Dolphins save surfer. Have you surfed before? It's definitely a fun activity, and you definitely should try it at least once in your life. But if you get really good at it and you head into adventurous territories, there's a high chance that you might come across some sharks. Some unlucky surfers became victims of shark attacks every year, and sometimes these attacks can change your life forever. I'm not saying you should be scared, just be mindful. But in case you do come across a shark, I have a story that might inspire you and let you know that there are animals out there ready to help you out when you least expect it. It happened after surfer Todd Endress got hit and mauled by a big white shark. He was hopeless in the middle of the ocean. That is until a group of dolphins came to form a circle around him and protect him from further attacks, leading him safely to shore. There he was able to get first aid and a second chance at living. Todd calls this a miracle. He was not expecting to receive help from dolphins in such a chaotic moment, and we salute you, Flipper. Number 6. The 3 Guardian Lions. And next on this list is a story that I love and that I shared with you before, the one about the lions and the kidnapped girl. This story takes place in Africa, and it started when a 12-year-old girl got kidnapped by 4 men on her way home from school in the Ethiopian savannah. They wanted to force her into getting married and locked her in for a week, while constantly beating her up. It was so bad that they thought she was finally dead. That's when a group of lions showed up, chased the men out, and stood by the girl, waiting for other humans to come and help her out. The girl was in fact alive, and the lions did not touch her at all. Some experts think that maybe the girl's crying, which sounded similar to a cub's mewing, made the lions come to her rescue and protect her. As soon as they realized that the girl was in safe hands, the lions went back to their regular lifestyle. It was as if they just wanted to make sure she was okay. Number 5. The Elephant Lifeguard. And here's another all-time favorite, the story of the elephant and the tsunami. Back in 2004, when countries in Southeast Asia were hit by the Indian Ocean tsunami, a lot of people put their lives at risk in order to protect loved ones and strangers alike. But humans were not the only heroes. There were even animals helping out. Even this 4-year-old elephant that saved the life of an 8-year-old girl named Amber in Phuket, Thailand. Ning Nong, the elephant, noticed that the girl was unprotected and was going to be knocked out by some serious waves. The elephant immediately took Amber on its back and looked for a safe place and higher ground. Once the waves crashed, the elephant acted as a protective wall that kept the girl from getting hurt. Samantha, Amber's mom, was near the beach, and she admits that the end of the story would have been different if Amber had stayed with her, as the young girl was not strong enough to take on the impact of the water. At some point after the impact, Samantha started asking people about Ning Nong, and they told her that the elephant had died. Her heart sank as she imagined the worst. Luckily, though, Ning Nong and Amber were safe and sound. This 8-year-old girl was happily riding on the back of her new elephant friend. Today, we can add Ning Nong to the countless list of tsunami heroes. Number 4. The Protective Whale. Our next story takes an interesting twist as it begins with a human being threatened by the animal that ended up saving her life, a humpback whale. The protagonist of the story is Don Hauser, a renowned marine biologist who had been exploring whales for quite some time. But during a trip to the Cook Islands back in 2017, Hauser witnessed something she was not expecting, something she actually hadn't seen in her long-time career. She came face to face with a humpback whale that started softly pushing her forward with a closed mouth. Keep in mind that humpback whales can be as big as 18 meters long and weigh about 40 pounds. Not necessarily fun.
Sindel. No, Sindri, more like Sindel.
I've still been trying to get 4 on
Shut the fuck up, you 9-year-old little... No, I'm joking. What? Oh no, it's just a random fucking kid that I met on Fortnite that is actually really good at Fortnite, and that's the only reason I added him, because he's Sindel. Oh, Sindel was my nigger back in the 1800s. Wait, is Sindel even black? Oh god. Oh, yeah. Yes! I get it! Oh, Marina? Baraka? Okay, so, Baraka is that dwarf from God of War. Baraka. Yo, I have a joke, no, Obama joke. You know what? Guess what? One man's nigger is another man's slave. One turtle's dick is another man's dog. Oh yeah. I don't know their names. I know what some of the people look like. What? Okay. Sorry. The Vastin Marco. Wait, Cassie Casey's that blonde haired girl, right? Oh, the one with the... Oh wait, no, I know who she is! Nick Cage. How embarrassed are you right now? Google, who is the man with the big glowy hand?